வள்ளுவர் தன்னை உலகினிக்கே தந்த வாழ்போகம் கொண்ட தமிழ்நாடு. வள்ளுவர் தன்னை உலகினிக்கே தந்த வாழ்போகம் கொண்ட தமிழ்நாடு. நெஞ்சை அள்ளும் சிலப்பதிகாரம் இடும் அணியாரம் படைத்த தமிழ்நாடு. நெஞ்சை அள்ளும் சிலப்பதிகாரம் இடும் அணியாரம் படைத்த தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு என்னும் போதினிலே இன்பத்தேர் வந்து பாயுது காதினிலே. செந்தமிழ்நாடு என்னும் போதினிலே இன்பத்தேர் வந்து பாயுது காதினிலே. எங்க தந்தைய நாடு பேச்சினிலே ஒரு சக்தி பிறக்கது மூச்சினிலே. எங்க தந்தைய நாடு பேச்சினிலே ஒரு சக்தி பிறக்கது மூச்சினிலே.
Another song that they had. One more small information that our children want to share is, we know we are in summer and the heat is really increasing. And at Vasantham, all of them have a drink in the morning which is called green smoothie, and it's completely made out of natural ingredients. So Nishantini, who's an inmate at Vasantham, she will share what all will go into the ingredient, how she prepares it in the morning.
கிரீன் ஸ்மூதிக்கு நாங்கள் என்னென்னலாம் போடுறோம்? புதினா, கொத்துமல்லி, கருவேப்பிலை, பாலக்கீரை, இதெல்லாம் ஸ்மூதிக்கு போடுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஆப்பிள், நெல்லிக்காய், வெள்ளரிக்காய் இதெல்லாம் ஸ்மூதிக்கு போடுவோம். ஸ்மூதிக்கு என்னென்னலாம் ரெசிபிஸ் போடுவோம்? ஜீரகப்பொடி, பட்டைப்பொடி, மிளகு பொடி, பெப்பர் பொடி, இதெல்லாம் ஸ்மூதிக்கு போடுவோம். எலுமிச்சை வந்து ஸ்மூதிக்கு வந்து அந்த ஓட்டு கிண்ணத்தில் புளியிரும். இப்போது பார்த்தது நீங்கள் பார்த்தது தான் ஸ்மூதி ரெடி. அது குடித்தா என்ன ஆகும்? அரைச்சிட்டு ஸ்மூதி ரெடி. அது குடிச்சா என்னது? உடம்புக்கு அவ்வளோ நல்லது இந்த ஸ்மூதியை குடிச்சா. இந்த ஸ்கூலில் நாங்கள்லாம் பேக்கெல்லாம் தைக்கிறோம். ஜூட் பேக்ஸ், லஞ்ச் பேக்ஸ், ஹேண்ட் பேக்ஸ். கிளாஸில் நாங்களாம் படிப்போம், எழுதுவோம். ஹாஸ்டல் நாங்களாம் வேலை செய்வோம். நான் வந்து காலையில் 5 மணிக்கு எழுந்திருப்பேன். ப்ரஷ் பண்ணிட்டு குளிச்சுட்டு மேலே கிச்சனில் போய் காய்கறி கட் பண்ணுவேன். நான் வந்து காய்கறி வந்து நல்லா அழகாக சூப்பராக கட் பண்ணுவேன். வெஜிடபிள்ஸ்லாம் பொடிசாக கட் பண்ணுவேன். பொரியலுக்கு, வறுக்கிறதுக்கு ஸ்டைலாக அறிவேன். அவியலுக்கு நீட்டாக அறிவேன். உடம்புக்கு இது சைஸ் சின்னதாக அறிவேன். எல்லாமே நான் சூப்பராக அறிவேன். நாங்கள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து நாங்கள் கார்டனை க்ளீன் பண்ணி நாங்கள் தண்ணியை ஊற்றுவோம். ரேம்பு பெருக்கி ரேம்புக்கெல்லாம் செடிக்கு தண்ணி ஊற்றுவோம். காலையில் நாங்கள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஹெல்த் மிக்ஸ் குடிப்போம். நாங்கள் சாப்பிட்டது பிறகு முன்னாடி யோகா செய்யணும். யோகா செஞ்சாதான் நல்லா இருக்கும். நான் வந்து நல்லா அழகாக சூப்பராக ட்ராயிங் வரைவேன். எல்லாருக்கும் தலை வாரி விடுவேன். எல்லாருக்கும் நான் மாடல் ஜடை சீவி விடுவேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன்? கிளேல ஒரு டாய்ஸ் இருக்குதுல்ல, விநாயகர், அதை நான் வச்சு நான் செய்வேன். பேப்பர் புல்லிங்கில் ஒரு கம்மல் செய்வேன். என்னோட ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் நல்லா இருக்கும். நான் வந்து 11th எக்ஸாம் முடிச்சிட்டேன். மே மாதம் 10ஆம் தேதி எங்களுக்குலாம் ரிசல்ட் கிடைக்க போகுது. இப்போ நான் 12th படிக்கிறேன், +2. தேங்க்யூ.
Om. Am I audible at the back? Sabhi ko namaste. Namaste to everyone. A very warm welcome to Vasantham children. It's very nice to see you back in the campus. Today is a special day, as most Sundays are, because special people come together at one place. But I will talk to you about the significance of today after I share an anecdote. The year must have been 1905 or the early decade of the 20th century, when the first steel mill, which was the first steel mill set up by an Indian, which is the first steel mill set up by an Indian. It's the Tata Steel. Which place? Jamshedpur. Very good. So there is an incident around Tata Steel's foundation. Anyone who can recollect that? So that was a time a lot of steel was being used. The demand for steel was increasing, and a lot of steel was being used for industrial complexes, railways, etc. And when Jamshedji Tata, so all the steel was being manufactured by the British or was being imported. So when Jamshedji Tata talked about creating a steel mill, developing a steel mill, the British scoffed at that idea to say, we can have all the steel over breakfast. Has anyone heard of this story? So Jamshedji retorts, if you try to have all the steel over breakfast, it will lead to constipation. It was a light-hearted remark, but the underlying point was that we will produce so much steel that it will surpass your ability to consume it. At the British end, it was a feeling that Indians cannot do it. And Jamshedji challenged that. And this was in the early part of the 20th century. Go back a few years. So this wasn't the first instance of the British being challenged on the institutional frameworks. British always thought Indians were unorganized, ununited, scattered, they can't come together, and we had done this to ourselves. Look at the battles we fought in spite of very significantly superior numbers. We lost the battles to the British because we just couldn't come together to fight with them in a united way. So they felt it's not within the ability of Indians to come together. In 1885, one institution was born. Can anyone recollect that institution? Indian National Congress by A.O. Hume. I am glad, ma'am, you talked about who founded it as well. It was founded by British to organize the Indians to be able to support the British. And that to us is one of the oldest institutions of the country. All other institutions that we are aware of, be it the RSS, be it the Ramakrishna Mission, they all came later. Is there any institution that came up before the Indian National Congress? जिनको पता हो, is there any institution that came before the Indian National Congress? This institution. So you can imagine the importance of the event when this institution was founded. Not that we didn't have, but they were all local institutes of in some ways. So the Temple Institute will be there, right? At best, because most of our activity was around temples. But something that was spanning the entire country, and why even the country? Arya Samaj is across the world. The foundation of this institute was laid in the year 1875. And you could imagine if in 1900s this is what was happening in the minds of the British, and this was a dialogue that was going on, what would have been going on in 1875. So on the 9th of April, which is day after, is the foundation day of Arya Samaj. And which foundation day is this? If it was founded in 1875, which one would this be? The beginning of the 150 years of the foundation of an institute that was that slapped the British many times. I would say, how can Arya Samaj slap the British? So any example of them? These are the pages of history that are never taught. We learn Akbar is great, etc., but we don't really look at those pages which matter. So Arya Samaj was founded in 1875, and I'll give you 2-3 examples of the slaps that Arya Samaj put on the British, or how it slapped the British. When I say slap, don't take me otherwise, it's about challenging the British hegemony. So the Swadeshi movement was launched in the 1920s, apparently. But much before that, in the 1800s, in the decade of 1880, so Arya Samaj was founded in 1875 in Bombay, and the first Arya Samaj that was founded was the Kakadwadi Arya Samaj. Come 1880s, Arya Samaj Lahore was a very active Arya Samaj. So Arya Samaj had been founded in Lahore as well by then, and in many cities of the country it was founded very fast in the 10-15 years after 1875. So after Mumbai, one of the Arya Samajas, prominent Arya Samaj was Lahore, and the Lahore Arya Samaj said, why should we put our money in British banks? So all the banks until then, there were money lenders, which is separate, but all the banks, organized banks until then were the British banks. So therefore, the Arya Samaj movement at that time founded the first bank, which is founded by Lala Lajpat Rai. Which was the bank? Punjab National Bank. So imagine in those times when not a single bank was founded, leave alone operated by any Indian. The first of the bank was founded by Arya Samaj as part of the Swadeshi movement. And it wasn't an unsuccessful bank. It still exists today. Right? And it's the second largest bank in the country, born out of the Swadeshi movement that was started by Arya Samaj. Fast forward, all the schools were operated by the British. Intent was that they prepare the Indians to become clerks in the British administration. Language was a huge barrier. So they said, why not we teach the Indians English? And more than English, we teach them how to be subservient to the British interests. And therefore they founded schools after schools, so that we can feed into the British administration clerks, so that they can strengthen the British rule in the country. Arya Samaj once again challenged that. Of course, there were merits of modern education as well. There was science and maths and other languages. It also opened the door to the outside world. And therefore it was felt we needed to have an institution which could imbibe both the ancient knowledge but as well as the modern subjects. And thus was founded the DAV movement once again in the 1880s. And in that movement, once again the British scoffed and saying, who would be the principal? Where would you get the principal for the DAV school that you are founding? It was founded once again in Lahore. So what was the response? Is anyone aware of that? पंडित लेखनाथ और कौन? डीएवी मूवमेंट में कौन थे पहले प्रिंसिपल? हर्षवर्धन जी, महात्मा हंसराज. So Mahatma Hansraj is a white bearded elderly person whose photo you will see in many places. It's not here, but we should have that pic somewhere here. But at that time he wasn't a white bearded Mahatma. He was a young 22-23-year-old who, along with Gurudat Vidyarthi, had cleared the state level examination, the British examination, and that time state was a huge state. Punjab state meant a very, very large area. Right? He had cleared the state level examination, securing first and the second rank between the two of them. Both of them were influenced by the Arya Samaj. Both of them could have got very, very high jobs in the British administration because obviously they had secured the first and the second rank. Both of them left it. I mean, they didn't even sit for the employment of the British administration, and instead they took up the cause of DAV. Mahatma Hansraj said, I will not take a single paisa from DAV, but I will serve my entire life to build this institution. A 22-year-old. And thus, not just was the DAV born, but a Mahatma was born on that day when this resolve was taken, and he served DAV until the end of his life, which is how these institutions actually grew. So the point over here is that as we look at the 150 years, and 150 years is no mean feat. How many institutions survive beyond 10, 15, 20 years? But 150 is a huge number. It is also, to my mind, the oldest institute in the country. Oldest. And it's also an institute, and it survived because it didn't take up trivial issues. It survived because it took up the major challenges of its times. Otherwise, who is attracted to join an institute and say we will devote the whole life to the service of that institute without taking a single paisa? So therefore, as we get into the 150th year of celebrations of the Arya Samaj, my invitation to all of you would be that understand this better. Those who are not, so first step is to understand the purpose, the objective, and the ways of working, and then enroll yourself as members, participate in the causes that it represents. Now you would say there isn't a cause of freedom, there isn't a cause of Swadeshi. So what's the purpose of the Samaj? I throw this question back at you to ask you from your understanding, what is the current purpose of the Samaj? Anyone? Please come. Come. We would all love to hear from you. Come here. First tell us your name. Pick up the mic. Come here.
Sir, to tell the true meaning of Vedas.
First you tell us your name.
Manoj Kumar.
Manoj Kumar. And what is the purpose?
To tell the true meaning of Vedas.
tell the true meaning of Vedas. I think give him a big hand of applause. We need young boys like him to come up and speak out. So very good. Anything else you would like to add?
Sir, it will help us to develop our personality and our character attitude.
It will help us build our personality, character and attitude. Very good. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you, Manoj Kumar. Very well spoken.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? Bolliye, what do you think is the purpose of the Samaj? Aye. You don't have to feel shy on this stage.
First is understand the purpose of our life. What is our purpose of life? Why are we leading this life? And to attain moksha, like what is the step towards spirituality, knowing about Ishwar. Then for nation building.
Very good. Very good. So we talk about Vedas and we talk about understanding the purpose of life itself. So does this get out of date ever?
He wants social reformer also.
Huh?
He wants social reformer also, and he gave the first slogan of Swarajya at the first time.
कौन सा स्लोगन? आप आइए माता जी इधर आइए आइए आइए
He was a social reformer. He gave the slogan of Swarajya at first time. We should have our own Rajya. And after Indian inspired the slogan, and as we know, he do upliftment of women. And I think जो हम यहाँ पे आज खड़े हैं, तो औरतों का वो पुराने ज़माने में आपको पता ही है कि ढोल पशु शूद्र और नारी ये सब ताड़न के अधिकारी, तो ये औरतों को इस तरह एजुकेशन राइट्स भी नहीं थे, तो उन्होंने जो है ये औरतों के लिए बहुत ही आवाज़ उठाई। और आज हम बड़े सौभाग्यशाली हैं कि आज हमारी जो हम वीमेन हैं कितने ऊंचे स्टेज पर पहुँच गए। थैंक यू। So many reforms for our country.
ये अपना नाम भी बता दें।
My name is Swarn Walia and I am from Haryana.
अच्छा धन्यवाद। खैर what Mataji said was what were the causes that Arya Samaj got associated with during those times. To me, those causes are still alive. In fact, the cause of Swarajya also is alive because Swarajya and Surajya go together. Right? It's not just about self-rule, but it's also about good governance. And how can we ever say the governance is good enough when on this land thousands and thousands of cows are being butchered and meat is exported? To me, we still are far, far away. That's just one example. We are far, far, far away from self-governance as well as good governance. So though on paper we have got independence, but yet the vision with which our forefathers had fought for freedom, that struggle still remains in a very, very large part. My invitation to all of you is, you identify with whichever dimension of the cause that Arya Samaj represents, that's your choice. Right? But if you reflect on it, out of the multi-dimensional causes that this institution has represented right since the beginning, you will end up identifying with many, many of them. And therefore, that is an invitation for you. And we are not just saying you become members because we want to increase numbers, that's not the point. If you identify with any of the causes, then become members and join the movement which was founded 150 years ago, which will continue for a long time. So with this, I wish you a very happy 150th anniversary of Arya Samaj. The celebrations start on 9th of April. We continue for 1 year, nationally and internationally. Now, I got a few announcements to make. There is a Manubhava camp that's happening. उसका कोई poster है? Okay. So there is a Manubhava camp. Okay. First of all, are you all aware of Manubhava camp? What does Manubhava mean? Be human beings. And this is an order from the Vedas which says that each of us should strive to be a human being. I mean, it will baffle all of us. We are already human beings. What's the point of becoming human beings? But you being human beings as described in the Vedas is very different. And first and foremost of that is to be Manansheel, which means you should be a thinking person. Someone who evaluates things logically, accepts truth and renounces anything that is false and untruth. So being human being is the theme of the camp, and that's why it's called Manubhava. This camp, the first residential camp, we have had Manubhava camps over here in the DAV school campus in the past. Some of you, few of you have been associated with those camps, but this is the first camp we are doing in residential mode in the new Vedic Vidya Kendra campus. So it's a very, very special camp. Being the first residential, being the first in Vedic Vidya Kendra, a 5-day camp starting on the 28th of April. And it is for the boys now, but we will soon announce the camp for girls as well. Classes 6 to 8. I would suggest and strongly suggest all the parents with children in that age group to consider sending your children, sons, to this camp which is happening on 28 for 5 days. In this camp, I can go through whatever is being taught, but in short, it will immensely benefit your children. Parents can also come and stay there. Of course, we will have more than 200 students capacity. Parents, we don't have that kind of capacity, so for those who would like to come, you will have to do your booking earlier. You can also come and stay there, watch what's happening. But this would be an historic event, the first of its kind. In fact, the first residential camp, to my knowledge, that is being conducted in this manner in this part of the country. So the more of it will follow, the details will follow next week, but I invite all of you to be here. We also, is there any other announcement? It's in Pondicherry. But the reporting will be over here. You don't need to drop the children to Pondicherry. They will go in a group from here and they will come back over here. Of course, if you would like to go to Pondicherry, you're welcome to go there, stay in the campus. Of course, the student classes will be different, but you can still participate in whatever are the common classes over there. We will also come up with a plan for camps for adults subsequently. Right now, this is for children, it's a start. So are we, anything else? Any other question? If there are any questions after the satsang, you can ask me. We also have Harshvardhan ji over here. एक बार आप आ जाइए. Harshvardhan ji has shifted. So he is Dr. Harshvardhan. He is a historian, a PhD holder, having researched in the role of Arya Samaj in the Hyderabad Satyagraha. So I'll just give him 1 minute का समय आप थोड़ा सा बात करें.
ओम सभी को सादर नमस्ते. मैं डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन आर्य लातूर महाराष्ट्र से हूँ. मेरे घर में 1924 से लेके आर्य समाज है. क्योंकि हम जिस क्षेत्र से आते हैं वो मराठवाड़ा रीजन निज़ाम के कंट्रोल में था। और महर्षि दयानंद ने 1875 में जब आर्य समाज स्थापित किया, उसके 5 वर्ष बाद ही हमारे परिसर में धारूर में 1880 में आर्य समाज आया। इट वॉज द फर्स्ट आर्य समाज इन निज़ाम स्टेट। मेरा रिसर्च टॉपिक रहा द कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ आर्य समाज इन असफिया स्टेट ऑफ हैदराबाद ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ 1880 टू 1940 AD। और आर्य समाज के प्रख्यात इतिहासकार राजेंद्र जिज्ञासु जी के मार्गदर्शन में हम 2006 से लेकर इस विषय में आगे बढ़ रहे थे। धीरे धीरे उनके साथ कार्य किया। मेरे दादाजी फ्रीडम फाइटर थे, पंडित भीमसेन आर्य, जिनके बारे में कुशलदेव शास्त्री वगैरह इतिहासकारों ने लिखा है। और श्यामलाल जी के परिवार से, हुतात्मा भाई श्यामलाल जी के परिवार से मेरा संबंध है। मेरे ताऊ जी डॉक्टर धर्मवीर आर्य परोपकारिणी सभा के मंत्री और परोपकारी के संपादक थे। ऋषि उद्यान अजमेर, आप शायद उनको जानते होंगे, आप यहाँ से लोग। अजमेर में बहुत ही बड़ा कार्य उन्होंने डॉक्टर धर्मवीर जी ने किया है। और ये तीसरी पीढ़ी है मेरे आर्य समाज की। और DAV चेन्नई से और आर्य समाज चेन्नई से जुड़ने का अवसर मिला।
धन्यवाद हर्षवर्धन जी। So as he said, he is in Nizam state. There was a huge repression of the Hindus, and Arya Samaj stood against that. From all over the country, members of Arya Samaj went there, opposed the Nizam. It was brutal. The repression by Nizam was brutal. A lot of people lost their lives. And he has covered that in his research subject. And he, along with his family, joins us. So his wife Anushri ji, she is in the Bal Satsang. 2 kids, they joined the DAV and Arya Samaj family from 1st of April. And they will be serving this institution. We welcome you, Harshvardhan ji. आपका स्वागत है, and we wish you all the best. मेरा आपसे निवेदन रहेगा, आप इनसे परिचय करें, क्योंकि जब भी कोई when a new member joins, it's important he needs to be felt like he is at home. So इनसे परिचय करें, व्यवहार बने, and of course you will see him every week from now on until we shift to Pondicherry. So now we have got Kripa ji. I would invite her to please come here and talk to us for a few minutes about Vasantam, and then we will go to the closing.
Thank you, sir. So I think we briefly told about Vasantam, and Nishantini has done most of the work. Vasantam is a special school that's located in Mogape, quite close to our other schools in Mogape. And there are residential children and those who come in the morning and go in the evening. About 80 of them are there right now. And there are also some of them whom we support in Perambalur district near Trichy as well. We have special educators who are training the children. We also have a stall that is put up outside near the Arya Samaj stall, where there are products made by the students who are sitting here. So they make bags. They have a terrace garden where small plants are grown, so saplings from there are also there available for sale. And the bags are made right from cutting it into the shape that it is required to stitching it. They are done under supervision of the specially trained staff. You can also see all of them here. So I request everybody to visit the stall, whether you're buying or not buying, just visit and see how things are made. Because even I tried making things, it doesn't come out the way perfectly as they do. So either there'll be some difference in the size or the way we cut, but they do it very, very nicely. So they're all individuals with special needs here. You can even interact with them in time permits during the breakfast time. Thanks Arya Samaj for the opportunity given. Vasantam is something that started like 35 years back in Mogape, and it's grown now to support thousands of individuals over the last 3.5 decades. Anybody can visit anytime with family. You can even come and spend time on your birthday, anniversaries, or any special occasions. Bring children to show how blessed each of us are, and and to show also how disciplined they are. They all wake up by 5, even before I do. So discipline, and when they move out of a room, switching off the fan, rolling the things that are kept, putting the chairs back in form, all that is something that is done very meticulously by each of them. There's so much that we all can learn and also feel, privileged to interact with all of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimaji. She said it was started 35 years back, so you could imagine 35 years back it was her mother who is standing behind, who actually started it. So kudos to